course, yeah. So she's a bit tricky to get a bit of speed out of. I think I was majority between 70 and 80, I think, on the nose.
Yes, I've not watched it yet. It's a bit up and down. We're just following that your vertical speed indicator.
So I don't know if you figured it out, but I couldn't actually manage to split throttles, so I couldn't actually modulate between the rear propeller and the propeller above your head. They was kind of synced in with each other off the throttle. I was trying to change them individually with actually looking at the throttle itself and moving it, and it'd move the other one. I didn't know is there an option, something to change?
You can't do that. No. It's not a gyro. It's not a helicopter.
Yeah, the rotor only spins because of the movement through the air.
Right, okay, copy.
Welcome everybody that's joined the live stream. This is our Virtual Flight Online Wednesday flight.
I think it was 08 last time I looked.
And Peter is hosting for us today. So we're flying
it's 08.
to Inverness from Exeter. So hopefully you'll enjoy the live stream. We'll get started here in just a couple minutes.
What's that mean? Pneumatic low pressure.
That's not hydraulic pressure's down.
Oh, well, that went well.
Is that you bouncing then?
That was me crashing short of the runway.
And if you're interested in joining the conversation,
because your pneumatic pressure is too low, so
you can join us over on the Virtual Flight Online Discord.
I've never flown this.
will you be flying it again?
Let's work out what.
Yeah, I've got the same thing going on. Hydraulic
So you lot make me
low
feel
pressure.
bad because I was a misspit.
So you should have stuck to your Crocs and your Spitfire.
I might go back to it. Yeah, pneumatic low pressure.
Yeah, that goes off once you get your revs up a bit.
Oh, does it? Okay.
Yep.
All right, so probably still have a few people joining here. Welcome to Virtual Flight Online's group flight on 1/8/2025. Glad to have you along.
In your neck trying to look at the overhead switches.
Good evening, Peter. No?
Good evening, Jan. Right,
2024 makes me... Nothing works right.
It takes some time to get it sorted out. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Wednesday night's virtual flight, MSF 2024 flight. Tonight we're flying from Exeter down to Newquay, where we'll stop to pick up some passengers, and then we're flying to the St Mary's on the Scilly Isles. We'll take our break there, and then when we head back we'll land at Land's End, where we'll drop off some passengers, and then we'll head off to Bodmin Airport to end our flight. The usual moniker, no bad language, no sport, no politics, no religion, or anything likely to cause offence to other people flying tonight. And above all, have a good time.
Thank you, Peter.
It was Bodmin when I did my first helicopter flight many years ago.
And for those of you who are joining live on YouTube on the Flying Doghouse live stream, welcome. This is Virtual Flight Online's Wednesday night 2024 flight. hosted today by Peter. So we're going to have a fly down to Inverness and enjoy each other's company. So glad to have you along.
Are we really going to Inverness?
I hope not. That's a long way.
That's a long way.
Do I have the description wrong?
Yes.
It's just a smidge.
We're down at Exeter, Joe, which we thought you were at as well.
It's going to be a very long stream if we're going to Inverness.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Disregard the title of the stream.
Down to the Isle of Man and back.
Oh, there we go. At any rate, the flight plan is accurate and posted, and we'll go from there.
3 minutes to go, so we might as well head to the runway on.
Well, I landed.
I'll get a head start, Peter, since I've got longer to go.
James in for me.
Okay, well, I'll be updating the flight plan then.
Yep, we're going leaving from Exeter down to Newquay, which is also St Mawgan. Was that? Then to St Mary's, then after the break to Lands End, and then to Bodmin.
I think what I did is I copied and pasted the wrong plan. Because what I have in little nav map's accurate.
I think the confusion might be from the events forum, because the one showing up for Wednesday is actually the one for the 15th. I did the same thing and got everything ready to be flying in Inverness, and quickly found out that wasn't
wrong.
Yeah, it does say the 15th on it, so it's next week.
Apologies, everyone. That's me then.
Yeah, if you click on
You're right, because well, it says 15th for the Wednesday one next week. That's fine.
Yeah,
I was
next
gonna
week says
say,
the right date.
just looking at my detail in the events, and that says January the 8th.
I think it's because the flight for next week had additional information added, which then pushed it up to the top of the chat. Because I did exactly the same thing. I loaded in and thought, oh, all right, we're flying Inverness.
I see what you mean. Yes, you have to be wary of that on that list, because it's not in order. It doesn't do it in date-wise.
Yeah, you need to check the date carefully. People read the days and think, oh, Wednesday flight, that's Wednesday. But you need to check the date. Yeah.
That's why I posted a picture of my footwear, just to give it a bump. That's how good Crocs are.
That's why we're in the Inverness we're in.
And for those of you on the live stream, I am copying and pasting into the comments section the ICAO codes for the flight today. So apologies for the confusion. We'll get going here in just a sec.
Just noticed we're 1 minute past starting time, so I'm probably the only person still on the ground.
I'm still here with you, Peter.
Oh, okay. So, but otherwise, it's time to take off or start the flight, heading for Newquay. Unless you're going really slow when you turn, if you look at the otter from the outside, it's not a keel over.
Yeah, it makes you think sometimes you're going to scrape a wing, doesn't it? It's quite quite flexible.
Yeah, it's quite pronounced, isn't it?
And this on Jonathan's video, I've just been watching that the alien on the river is found that. So our nation is wrong, really.
All right, changing my time of day here so that we can actually see some of the scenery. And we'll go ahead and get some flaps measured in here and get ready for takeoff. And we'll hold short. And we'll wait for Rico to make his takeoff roll here before we proceed. Rico, I'm going to hold short until you make your takeoff roll.
I guess so they would.
So you have to run quite a lot of negative trim on this aircraft, don't you? The Havilland 6.
Yeah, I had to fly for the first time in it last night from Charlotte to Asheville. It was fun. I enjoyed the layout of the cockpit for sure, and a good analog.
Yeah, that's it. It's got a good mix. You got the small GPS if you want to use it, and you got all the old steam gauge for those that like the VOR and NDBs, which I'm a massive fan of. So that's what I'm attempting to use, but very little of VORs and NDBs until you get out towards Newgate, I think. I've got NDB 347.0 at Echo Golf Hotel Quebec.
Yeah, Peter, thanks for featuring that TBM on our previous flight. I'm going to be using that quite a bit.
Yes, it's a nice aircraft, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty underrated, that one. I like the TBM actually, the stock one. Yeah, the Sky Courier I've got is rather nice as well. It's quite nice.
Yes, he came up and had a look at it while you were on the ground. It looked quite nice. Apart from the fact that as soon as I walked away from it, all I had was the inside cabin shown and nothing else.
I'll switch the invisibility cloak on this thing.
Well, you must have got it from the Acme Corporation because the passenger compartment was visible.
That's right. That's the glass version, full glass version. Gives you 360-degree views.
Every time somebody says Acme, Peter, I think about Wile E. Coyote and the Acme Instant Hole.
Oh, yes. Good.
Or the Anvil.
At Newquay, it's runway 12, by the way. And the ILS, if anybody wants it, is 110.5.
110.5, copy.
Localizer heading 122.
Yep, copy.
Make sure you get the right side of the airport, don't go into the RAF side, they might get the ump. Nip up to Padstow and drop into Rick Stein's restaurant for fish and chips if you want.
Overpriced.
Yeah, he's got
Got
one
good
down here in Poole.
Yeah, you want good old fish and chip shops where you get a decent amount of chips and a decent piece of fish.
You asked for a small portion chips, and I'm sure the small portion chips is exactly the same as the large one over it.
Well, you'll get fat if you have more than 6. My local fish and chip shop, I tell them just a small portion because I won't finish them all. And it's an enormous amount of chips.
Same with my local and this as well.
I sort of hate to think what a standard portion of chips is. Sort of feed a family of 5.
I'm watching this bloke on YouTube. His name is Gary Eats, and he does a lot of fish and chips. And I think he wasn't that impressed with Rick Stein's fish and chips. He called it an absolute rip-off.
Sounds about right.
Just chopped up spud, isn't it, at the end of the day?
If you had that bit of watercress on there, you can charge more, you see.
Probably got some tomato jus as well.
Yes, but that piece of watercress cost £10.
Obviously hand-picked watercress.
Then love brought to England or the home counties or wherever.
It's Crest O Aqua.
And then that tiny portion of fish that you've been given, but it is lovingly prepared.
Dave, are you still using the UK mesh in 24?
I am, yep. That's the Orbix one, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I was referring to.
Yes, well, I've got it in. Whether or not it's making a difference or not, I've not really done a comparison, but it seems to work okay, so I'm assuming it's gonna help. It certainly made a big difference in 2020.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, all you had to do was take one tour through the mock loop, and you were sold.
Oh yes.
I have to install that. I've got that, but I haven't installed it in 22.4, but I'll try it.
Kind of frustratingly waiting for the marketplace to open up so I can install them.
They said it's going to be the end of February now, don't they?
Yes, it keeps slipping back, doesn't it?
I think it's good that the developers keep saying, no, we can't get our stuff ready until then.
Yeah, it was
So
quite. No, go ahead.
Go ahead. Sorry. Are we doing a touch and go on St. Mawgan or?
No, we're coming to a full stop. Once we're all down, we'll then all take back up again.
Okay.
I've got a 208 flying on my left-hand side, and it's just the title that I find funny. It says the ASBO passive 208. Does that mean there's an aggressive 208 in the sim as well?
We really need to sort those that out, because that's just overkill as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, the passive aggressive 208 just says, never mind.
Whatever.
Who's retrieved Neil on the name tags?
That will be me.
That'll be Neil.
All right,
Never.
well, I don't know who he is. Well, I'm trying to come alongside you, so stay straight.
Hello, Cliff. Are you flying tonight, or are you still just following us on audio?
Still just following. I don't know access to my sim at the moment. I was going to hoping to try the cloud Xbox thing, but the controller mapping's half not there, so it's quite hard to use. So for some reason it's not working very well.
So that EFB is very helpful. I've just clicked on Echo Golf Hotel Quebec, and it gives you the runways, it tells you which one's recommended, elevation and stuff like that, all like the ILS.
Yeah, there's really good information on the EFB. You can actually go into the chart as well, and it'll tell you all the approach angles and everything, all the approach patterns, I should say. So.
Yeah, very good.
So I had a PM from Jim from our Sunday group flight, and apparently there is a little nav map add-in for the EFB for 24. It's out on Flightsim.to. I'll try to remember to put a link to it in the description on the video, and I'll throw something on Discord too. So I'm interested to try that out.
I was going to tip, if you open up the EFB and then pop it out and then minimise it, it apparently, what it does, it gives you about 10 extra FPS.
That's good to know.
Yes, just remember that it gives you live weather, not what you're flying with necessarily. If you change the weather, it's not right.
That's pretty much like the weather forecast on the TVs then.
Yeah.
Joe, what was that? What's that YouTube channel of yours?
It's called the Flying Doghouse.
Where are you, Dave? Can't see you.
Me, Dave.
Yeah.
Probably fairly near the back because I can't see you. Mind you, I don't fly with nameplates, I only fly with little landman. Just behind Peter, as you can see Peter.
No, I can't see Beast either. Oh well.
Actually just to Joe as well.
Yeah, Peter's a bit further back of the entire pack. I've just got him popped in about 5 nautical miles from my 6.
And for those watching in black and white, Peter's behind the blue plane.
If you can see Valdi, I'm just a little way back from him on his left side.
I can see Neil, I can see Starkey. I think that's as far back as I can see. Yeah, I just wondered.
No, I've got Starkey and I can see Peter. I'll spin round, I can see you, Womble.
Really being the cow's tail, I guess I ought to apply some throttle. I have not flown the Caravan for a very, very long time, and this is actually attempt number 1 in 24, but I really can't tell much difference other than the changes that we've all observed in terms of, you know, how the plane sort of feels in the new sim.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they've fixed the 2As, but I was having it. Yeah, I don't know. It was acting a little bit weird for me. I've had it like with the 152 where it'll act like a glider with the wind, and I had a few issues with the 208 doing the same. If I was coming into an airport that had like 20 knots of wind up, basically doing walking speed and still trying to take off, I had a few issues with it, so I stopped using it. I don't know if it's fixed since then, but yeah, I didn't find the 208 had a few issues for me.
Well, I did finally grit my teeth and go into career mode and finish the PPL after several attempts of trying to get permission to taxi. That was an ordeal, but finally got myself worked through that to actually complete my PPL flight.
Yes, it's very irritating going through their lessons, isn't it?
I thought I read somewhere that they've pushed out an update for the career mode yesterday.
Well, they need to keep pushing.
Well, I use Simpson as my base, and I'm waiting, when I go back in next, I've got to take some folk on a short trip around Peterborough. See the house of Ernie Wise. Which doesn't mean anything to anybody unless you know about Morecambe Wise.
I always mentioned Angela Rippon's Wellington boot, that mean even less.
Yes,
I was just thinking about Angela Rippon when she was on there.
Yes, I also think that current
very
adverts
natural.
on television are great big fibs.
Would you be referring to a certain electricity supplier?
I think I might be.
I don't know. I put my washing machine and stuff on it now because I've got an electric car, so I get cheap electric after half past
Excuse me.
7.
Mind you, I didn't realise that Angela Rippon was so old that she knew, what was it, Einstein?
Really?
Well, he appears in her kitchen.
No, Womble, no.
Oh, I think you've got to be kidding me. I have no. I don't watch the telly. I
That's
don't
just
know
one of
what
those-
advert you're referring to.
That's one of those
It's
gotcha
all-
moments, isn't it?
I've got to be honest, I very rarely watch it myself, but It popped up on YouTube.
I was thinking that can't be true.
She jumped in the TARDIS and got there.
But the thing is, because Peter said it, if David said it, I'd have known immediately that he was talking rubbish. If it's Dave or Cliff someone like that. But Peter, I mean, Peter of all people.
Womble, did you know that the moon is made of cheese?
No wonder they went there.
No, not Gouda. I think it's Emmental.
Oh, this is perfect because this is quite
did hear one interesting fact. I
the
think this is
norm
true.
on the group flights. This is why we have so much
Okay,
fun
here we go. I'll
together.
try and get this one right. From the beginning of spaceflight, whenever that was in 1961, manned spaceflight, I think it was, whatever,
Yep.
back to when flight started, in whatever it was, we are now further forward from that point. So spaceflight, we've known spaceflight longer than they knew flight, as it were.
That's correct.
And the planes are made of cheese.
They were. Had all the bugs walls.
Not listening to you.
Really?
I'm a bit offended.
I don't know, but I think they're a bit backward in Lancashire. Even though I like Lancashire.
Especially the cheese.
How old is Angela Riffin, by the way?
428.
Oh, shush. How
Yes,
old do you
I mean,
think
that's
Einstein...
quite wrong. That's quite wrong. It's 300.
How old do you think Einstein is, for goodness sakes? I mean, I know he's dead, but...
Like I said before, it's all relative.
Yeah, we
Oh,
can't dig him up to ask him.
And if you
related with it.
and if you did dig him up, you would probably find him erasing sheet music because he's decomposing.
If you dug him up, would he be alive or dead?
funny.
Yeah, I think he was great friends of Barks.
Oh, shush. Right,
Albert Einstein.
Angela Rippon was born in 1944, alright? And I know that Einstein died in the 50s, so it was perfectly feasible for them to have known each other. 1955 he died, so it's not beyond the realms of possibility.
So has that restored your faith in Peter now then?
No, because it was clearly a lie, but
Me? Tell you a lie?
yeah.
I don't know how you can believe that.
Let it go, mate. Let it go.
Albert Einstein was alive today, he'd probably say, "Oh, it's dark in here."
Oh, hello, Angela.
I'm not talking.
Time for
For all
good
I knew-
shunning, Womble.
For all I knew, they might have been related or something. It could have
Just
been.
leave it, man. Just leave it.
Just
could
let it
have
go.
been, though.
Let it go.
It's possible. That's all I'm saying.
Isn't that a song? Let it go, let it go, let it go.
Yep.
Yeah, it's written by Albert Einstein.
Sung by Angela Rippon.
Angela Rippon.
The Albert Quartet.
And Ernie Wise on the piano.
Playing all the right
no,
notes,
that was
not
Eric
necessarily
Morecambe
the
on
right order.
piano.
I'm sure Andre Brevin's in there somewhere.
And it was Shirley Bassey in the Wellington as well.
Runway 12, wasn't it?
Just happened.
Mind you, if the monkeys were involved, somebody would be saying, you hum it, I'll play it.
Do you know the piano's on my foot?
As I said, you hum it, I'll play it.
Yeah, I'll join in when I know where we are.
I used to like those adverts.
Yeah, that were good.
Sorry, Joe. I apologise. You probably lost most of your viewers.
Oh no, this is great. Keep digging.
Yeah, no, the lady at the
Yeah.
zoo that used to look after the monkeys, she said that when they stopped using them to make the adverts, the monkeys missed making them because they like dressing up.
Yeah, I can understand that.
It would have been stimulation for them, wouldn't it?
Of course, you've got to remember Johnny Morris.
Sorry there, Peter.
well
you,
now.
you said the ILS was 1105.
Yes, it is.
That has me lined up on a 3.6 for some unknown reason. I'm guessing the one we're using is actually going to be the 1.2, isn't it?
Yeah, 1, 2.
Yep, got it. I'll disregard the ILS because yeah, it has me on the little strip that is that Rico's on there.
It's the same ILS in both runways, actually.
I
Yeah.
was going to say, I should have said 110.5. I did say that, didn't I?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
fair.
the same for both runways as well.
Right, I'll overfly centre and put myself into a left pattern.
And you say we're taxiing to the terminal, yeah?
If you believe us, yeah.
I've just brought up my terminal chart, so I shall be heading there shortly.
Yes, I was quite surprised to suddenly find that there were charts. I thought you only got the charts if you had an aerodrome.
No, they're the Lufthansa ones, I think, aren't they? They're part of the sim.
And now for the charts.
Oh, no, he's showing,
Sunday night.
I was going to say,
that's
you're
it,
showing your age.
because-
You're showing your age now by the choice of countdown music.
You
Well,
didn't
yeah.
call it a hit parade.
And
They
you've got to
changed
say,
it.
and on number 1, Pop Vickers.
I'll extend my downwind so you can get tucked in there, Joe, and I'll tuck in behind you, Condor, when you come in behind.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to start my turn to base here.
Yep, copy.
They're the wrong way.
Oops, I'm a little bit low. I need to gain or I'll be looking into the cliffs.
He's not here.
Come on out, Cliff.
I was trying to remember how long I was in the ATC and all that. I think it was a good year or more. In all that time, I never flew a plane. So I did fire a rifle. That was about it.
First there was summer, used to have summer camps, used to go away for a week and spend them on an RAF station. This was my first ones.
Oh,
Sure,
we
fine.
were on the wrong side of the terminal. I think we went to the RAF side. Did we?
The RAF is on the right as you're coming, I think.
Yeah,
That's
runway
correct.
12, so the terminal's on the left. Yeah.
Yeah, correct.
Yep, no, yes, we are in the right place.
Branson's a bit over on the right as well. So.
I wonder if his favourite song is Fly Me to Seasick when you turn.
Oh, bang.
It's very wobbly, isn't it? Yeah.
My controls now have decided to be out to lunch, so that's interesting.
I don't think this is a standard standard way of parking at the. Yeah. Just run to your aircraft. Mind everyone else's props.
Yeah, we're dealing with a coach tour here.
I mean, this is a real shambles, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a cruise ship in the bay, and
See,
You got to put nothing in the
that-
windows or something.
that's it. Yeah. Right,
Yeah, it's
are we
like-
all down, or has somebody still got to come in?
See someone just landing now.
Yeah, Condor's
that-
landing just now.
at that time
There's
when the
Rich.
school's closed.
Well, we can go back to the end of the runway, ready to take off again. And get us. There's a cruise ship in the bay, and instead of hiring a big aircraft, they've hired a fleet of small aircraft.
That's cut back and costed there.
Yeah, well, it saves on the fuel of taking the cruise ship down to the Scilly Isles.
Yeah, copy.
Well, I guess we'll find out if that really fixed the problem or not.
I've got my fingers crossed.
God, it doesn't like taxiing, does it? Or it doesn't like turning.
Well, the Twin Otter,
Yeah.
yeah, it leans over somewhat, doesn't it?
Skyker is a bit lively on the ground. He must be run away with you all the time.
Craft with the big red button that says "Do not press," because you know what you're going to do.
First thing you do is press it.
And that's how you got a harp.
So depending on how much fuel we carry, there ain't much room, is there? Max takeoff weight, £2,400. So I could only put mine to 30% on the passengers. I've just had to chop the fuel down a bit.
No, it's when you're flying a... I don't know why, my radios keep resetting.
Is that your navs or the comms?
Oh, the nav units themselves in the aircraft.
Right, I've not had that issue. I've still got all mine pre-selected for the NDB and VORs. Did you shut down at all? Or?
That's the interesting thing, is that my outside radios work that I've got on top of the throttle, but in the aircraft they keep switching off. Well, they don't switch off; they just go back to start up again.
Right, yeah, I've not been having that issue myself.
Surely.
This doesn't seem too bad, this aircraft. Everyone.
I think I've cooked my engine in mine. I've got aircraft system malfunction, engine malfunction coming up. No more details than that, and everything seems to be working fine. So obviously blown something somewhere. I won't take the passengers now.
What are you flying again?
I'm in the Otter, Twin Otter.
How what your throttle input been? Because I know if you run it like 80 above for too long, you can overheat it.
That'll be it.
Yeah. So the EGTE are normally no more than probably 60% on the throttle. Drop the propellers back to no less than 80. For some reason, the simulator doesn't actually drop the RPM on the propellers below 80. So even if you're pulling it back to, 70, 72 or something like that, it won't go any.
So the one thing I found irritating with the Twin Otter is that you set it all up for a particular livery and reg number, the orange stripe thing.
Yeah, I guess that otter fancied itself a warhawk.
So every time I see that orange livery one, I want to get out and start cleaning it.
It's faded, isn't it? It's like it's been sat in the sun for 3 weeks.
And when I jumped in this caravan, because there's like sneeze marks on the windscreen on the inside that I want to rub off. Alright, if you just joined the live stream with us, we're having our Wednesday evening virtual flight online group flight.
The autopilot is a little off as well. We should be flying 239 magnetic, and it's just sending me a couple of degrees south compared to everybody else.
You'll need to keep realigning it if you haven't done that.
So ICAO code for St. Mary's is Echo Golf Hotel Echo. This will be our break. And then we'll have a short hop over to Lands End Airport, Echo Golf Hotel Charlie.
Did somebody say 09 from the runway on St. Mary's?
Yeah, there's 09.
Thanks very much.
Runway 09, Roger.
It's actually heading 87.
Do it.
Yeah, mine doesn't seem to react to height changes and things. The heading seems to hold, but not...
Oh, now that I've got it the other way around. I've got the heading works, sorry, the height works, and altering the height, that's fine. But the heading doesn't.
Weirdly, I could adjust the altitude that I wanted and my vertical speed, but it completely ignored it for the first leg of the flight. After that, it won't let me adjust the altitude except for on the little twiddly dial straight in front of me rather than the autopilot. And I can't change my VS, so I'm kind of having to guess. But now it's registering and holding the altitude that I set. And I've also got my nav hold.
I mean, from what I have seen and read, that's a lot of the complaints that you see about 24 is that the avionics just seem to have, sometimes they have a life of their own, and I'm wondering if it doesn't have to do with, well, it could be A, coding bugs, but B, Could be streaming and bandwidth, data not getting to the instrumentation when it needed to. That's one of the things I noticed about the Twin Otter last night when I was flying it from Charlotte to Asheville.
Was it holding its height, Joe?
Altitude hold was working. And I could do the same thing with heading.
I find if I use the Bravo throttle autopilot panel, it works fine.
I'll have to try and do that. I've got the Logitech autopilot panel. I tend to use that. It has those nice big friendly red letters and numbers on it that you can see.
Yeah, that's what I'm using, Peter.
Yeah, same here.
That's quite strange. All my ADF, all my equipment's off, but it's just picked it up. It's remembered that I had the NDB 3210 in, so the needle's just flipped around for me, but everything's still completely blank. There's no power to any of the instruments. It seems like I'm having a bit of a bug. And all the volts and everything's good in the aircraft. I'm not missing a switch anywhere, so I'll probably have to do a little restart.
I mean, after saying that the vertical speed was working, it's now not working.
Right. And there was us talking good about it, and then she has a moment.
Say again?
Oh, I was sat right on your wing.
One thing I noticed about this compared to some of the other aircraft, a lot of the other aircraft have the brake switches are operable, aren't they? But it doesn't appear I can find any of the breakers are functional in the EGHC 6 at the moment.
Runway 09, correct?
Correct.
Are we only offloading passengers here, Peter, or are we taking
no,
some
this
of
is the
the
break.
lads?
Yeah, no, this
Oh,
is
right.
the full stop.
Yeah. But I mean, when we come back, are you loading up with passengers to take to Lands End, or are you picking up from Lands End to then go to Exeter? Is it?
No, we're picking up from the Scilly Isles to go to Land's End, and then we're flying empty to Bodmin.
Right, yeah, covered.
First time I flew this, I took it the same bus, and everything seemed okay. But it's such a short flight, I suppose, and you're not an autopilot. You don't really think about it.
Alright, I'm going to cheat and side slip here a little bit. Burn off some of this
That's one
altitude.
thing I've experienced more. I pull it down to being on the Xbox as well. Once I'm in the cockpit for like an hour and a half, 2 hours is when I start to experience some issues. Normally when I'm doing some of my wildlife runs, trying to look for the animals for the screenshots, so I have to do a restart halfway through. It's not too bad on the shorter ones, like you say, but yeah, I think with the cloud and them doing everything from the servers on the cloud, it's causing a bit of issues the longer you spend in the sim, I think.
Yeah, I think there's also a known memory leak too, so that makes sense.
09 here, if you've got reverse thrust, do you need it?